This match review comes to us from Knightofsumeria, which has 846 hours in the game, getting close to that adept zone where you should know most of your fundamentals in playing Dead by Daylight. Playing Freddy, which is a relatively weak character, probably bottom 5, bottom 10, somewhere in there. He's essentially just a M1 killer. He used to have more utility when it came to his anti-chase, but his snares got nerfed pretty hard, so now he's just kind of like mostly an M1 killer with just a lot of mobility because of his teleport. So yeah, you're on Decimated Borgo, which used to be one of the top 5, top 10 survivor maps of the game, but it recently got a nerf that made it way more fair. So that is not working against you as much as you would think. Let's take a look at your it's always funny to take a look at your add-ons. It's like red paintbrush is basically your only good add-on as Freddy, so like if you're not running red paintbrush, I'm just gonna tell you to run paintbrush. It's kind of redundant. Very chunky video. Take a look at your add-ons. Okay, yeah, red paintbrush. Technically you're using pallets. Pallets is fun, Freddy, but pallets is the weaker form of Freddy. You should definitely be using snares. Like JNV just said, you should probably if there's any other add-on you can run that's even remotely helpful, it's the dresses, or the dress add-on. So like that line of add-ons. But yeah, it's just basically red paintbrushes. You're like your only helpful add-on. So as long as you're running that, you're pretty golden. Red paintbrush and not something that takes away your snares. Your build is mostly fine. Pain res, strongest slowdown in the game, cool. Sloppy, all of your attacks are M1s, so smart. Brutal, you're an M1 killer, so you don't have any anti-loops of some form of anti-loop is smart. Or your anti-loop is really bad. Franklin's is kind of a funny choice. I understand some people don't like playing against items and would just rather knock them out of the survivor's hands and not deal with them, but by and large, this is a playstyle choice and not something that's like particularly optimal. I would put something else here, like an info perk or something. All right, anyways. Okay. Yeah, New Borgo is way nicer. Way nicer. I'm very happy they reworked it. I'm very happy they reworked, to be honest. If you're gonna bring fake pallets, you should be putting them down as much as possible. Don't be ignoring opportunities to put down your fake pallets. Because I saw you walk by like 2 different like spots and you didn't put any down, which is puzzling. I would have just followed her there. I like the cheeky mind game, but like you don't know how she plays yet, so that was just kind of like a unnecessary risk. Especially at such a strong tile like Shack, like you're not gonna, and you try it again. Okay, so this is something I see people do a lot, is they'll just kind of just like autopilot their mind games. So like they'll see a certain like, it usually comes down to like they saw like one of their favorite killer streamers do this or something like that. Like my favorite killer streamer did this one mind game, and they'll just like do the mind game over. So you already tried this mind game once, right? Where you moonwalked that specific part of Shack, and she didn't listen the first time. She was just kind of like, okay, whatever. And then she kept going about her day. But then you try it again, even though she's already shown you that she's not going to fall for that mind game. DBD in a very like, this is probably making it way more deep than it has to be. But like DBD is, in a sense, DBD chases are a form of communication. Me talking to you, you talking to me, right? If somebody says, I don't like the color blue, you go, okay, you don't like the color blue? I'm not going to hand you anything having to do with blue. I'm not going to give you a blue flower. I'm not going to hand you a blue crayon. This homie doesn't like blue, so I'm not going to give them anything blue because they don't like the color blue. So in this conversation that you had with her, you said, I like to moonwalk the corner of this corner of Shack. And she said, cool, I don't care. So she has told you she doesn't care. She doesn't fall for that mind game. But you said, I know better. you said, no. Surely I'll just try it again and it'll work this time. And it didn't. She already told you, I don't like that mind game. I don't fall for that mind game. And instead of listening to her, you said, no, I know better. And you tried it again and you failed again. And now this chase is getting kind of long because you're trying the same mind game over and over, even though she's told you this isn't going to work on me. So be adaptive with your mind games. At least you know that you spent too much time on her and you're leaving, which is smart. You're not putting down any of your fake pallets. There you go. Okay, you're faking your teleport a lot, but not really committing. They were just messing around. They were just booping each other. That's cute. 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 Ah. What am I gonna say? 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 I'm leaving it to you guys. What am I gonna say? Dry kick. Dry kicking a generator only does 2.5% damage. Especially under a circumstance like this one, where there are multiple survivors around, so you saw both Kate and David. What's going to happen, most likely, with like a 90-95% certainty, is that the Kate's just going to go walk off into that corner, and the moment you leave, come back and tap the gen and undo all of your progress. Meanwhile, you spent the time here, just sitting here kicking this gen for really no reason, where you could have been spending time getting in chase with David and getting David down. But instead, you stopped to dry kick the gen for no reason. Dry kicking is not good, and there are very few circumstances where it actually is a good idea. If David was by himself and you knew that for sure, maybe. But even then, I would still argue it was probably better to like just go get the down and go finish the chase. But yeah. Yo, Shadow. Thank you so much for the raid, friend. How are you? How was your stream? But yeah, this dry kicking, when there's, even if you have an inkling that somebody else is around, is a waste of time. The only way dry kicking is good is if you're certain nobody's going to tap the gen for a long period of time, so you're going to get value out of that 2.5% regression. Otherwise, it's not worth it. So do not do that. There you go. Put that down. Luckily, you have brutal, so the pre-dropping thing's not going to be as offensive as it would be otherwise. See, look what happened. Look what happened to your dry kick. Did that do a single thing? I'm sorry, I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad that this is like something that people watch my match reviews and continue to do, and they know it's like something that they shouldn't be doing. This did jack nothing for you. This did absolutely nothing, and that was just a big waste of time. And match time is gen time. Don't do that. Case in point. Also, you have pain res. You're not going to get value out of pain res until you down somebody. I know you have sloppy, so you're trying to kind of like trying to split pressure to get value out of sloppy. But pain res is the strongest slowdown in the game. You should be getting a down here to get value out of that. So I would challenge you right now to be committing to a down here. Oh, she had lithe. Yeah, that happens. You're like, I'm going to hit him, and then they're just like moving at Mach speed. You're like, oh. Good job cutting her off there. Very good. Fun suggestion. This is why Jolt is one of the most run perks in the game right now. It's because that would have been a perfect example of when Jolt would be very helpful, because you would have smacked that gen, done some damage, and then you would have got the pain res to damage it on top of it. So I would if you have, I mean, Jolt's a general perk, so you probably have it. I would encourage you to run Jolt. See if you like it on Freddy. Hey, Flash, it's good to see you. We're mostly all right. We're doing match reviews right now, and we got a special Halloween surprise after match reviews. So hopefully you're doing well today. Okay. You don't know if David's around, so that might be okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You had a really long chase with Fong Min at the beginning that resulted in nothing, and then you kept just like not committing to a chase on either David or Kate, and spent a lot of time just dry kicking. So that tracks. Spoilers for one of your takeaways. Stop doing that mind game if somebody's not falling for it. It's the exact same player. You've tried this exact mind game on this player 3 times. 3 times. And it's not working, and you keep trying it. Be more adaptive with your mind games. If a mind game isn't working, stop doing it. She has not fallen for this all 3 times you have attempted this. And you keep trying. You think you do these things, but you just can't, Nemo. Listen. Listen to what she's telling you. Well, yeah, and she's paying too much attention. That's her thing. It's like she knows that mind game. Whether a killer's done it to her before, she's seen it on a stream, she knows that mind game. So she's counterplaying it perfectly every single time, but the player keeps attempting it. Like Knight keeps attempting it. Yeah, Knight keeps attempting it, even though they've seen this Feng Min outplay it correctly every single time. You could have hit that. If you didn't hesitate, you would have hit that, because medium vaults have very, very long lingering hurt boxes. They're very good. Leave the progression took like that. When you have pain res and you need downs to get value out of your slowdown, yeah. If you could get it, like if this chase was quick and you could get this quick down, or if they could get this quick down, I do not know this person's pronouns. If they could get this quick down, like this would be worth it. It's not because they can't get the quick down, but like they have the strongest slowdown in the game and they need to down somebody and get them on a scourge hook to get value out of it. Okay, I'm gonna challenge you to take off Sloppy Butcher. I think Sloppy Butcher here is messing with your goals here, because your Sloppy Butcher is telling you, I'm going to M1 people and leave them to get value, but it's taking away from your pain res, which is the whole point, is to down them and hook them to get value. You're kind of like having some cognitive dissonance here. So what I would do is I would probably swap out Sloppy with Jolt or Pop, something to that extent. Basically, if you're going to run the two slowdown together, run two slowdown that are focused on getting the downs. That way you're not having this, because you're trying to play two different play styles at the same time, and it's really not working out for you. You're trying to do split pressure when one of your slowdowns, which is the best slowdown in the game, is all about downing people. And it's not working for you at all. Also, Franklin's has basically done nothing for you this match, so I would definitely take that off. I mean, it's not a bad pick on... Yeah, it's obviously better used on, like, Wraith. Yeah, basically it's a good perk. Sloppy is a good perk. It's just, like, I feel like with this player in specific, it's encouraging them to go for a hit-and-run tactic that they can't afford to do right now, because they should be getting their pain res stacks as soon as possible. But they're not doing that because they're wanting to split pressure with Sloppy, and it just doesn't go together. Yeah, you're kind of in a bad spot here, because, like... Wait, did she just not... She just wasn't paying attention, poor thing. None of these pallets are real. And she knows it, too. This Feng Min's actually pretty good. She's... You almost missed her there, too. But this is another pain rest stack, so pick her up. Yeah, imagine if you started doing what you're doing now, where you're actually committing to downs earlier in the match. You would have been in a much better off spot. Much better off spot. Why do you do that? Why do you just fake teleport all the time? Is that just like something you've seen, like people who play Freddy do? The whole reason you like fake teleport is to like apply like pressure to a gen you know people are working on, so they'll like, you know, get off of it and like run your direction and then like run directly into you. That's like why they do that. You're kind of just like doing it just cuz. You're just like, oh, that's cool, I'm just gonna do that real quick. It's like, I don't think you know the purpose behind doing that, and you're just kind of doing it randomly and hoping that, you know, you scare the survivors. So I've noticed that. Yeah, like Sloppy is a smart pick on M1 killers because you don't have to get the down to get value. Because obviously M1 killers struggle with getting the down. It makes sense. I'm just saying that, like, it's trying to ping pong back and forth between a hit and run playstyle and a get the down playstyle is not working for them. So they need to, like, commit to one or the other. Hey, Darth, it's good to see you. How are you, bud? Barbecue and pop? Yeah, so, yeah, because Freddy, unlike most M1 killers, does have map mobility. That was a good play. That was really good, cutting him off with the teleport. Hooking somebody, obtaining pop on barbecue, see what gen they're working on, and teleporting to pop it. That's smart. Coup, doesn't Freddy come with coup-based kit? You know, somebody was going to say it, so I had to. Doesn't Freddy... You saw somebody over there. Did you not notice? Did you not see him? Yeah, there's fresh blood this way. Did you not catch that? Because I did. Yeah, there's somebody over here. Yeah, you didn't see him. That's unfortunate. Okay, luckily she ends up running into you. It is the good Fong Mean, though. Save? There's no way to save stacks on Freddy, but, like, in general, like, save's just one of the best non-slowdown perks in the game, even if it means losing stacks sometimes. You know, I'm kind of surprised she fell for that. She's actually been playing really well this whole time. That's kind of interesting that she went down there, in my opinion. That'll come in time, Felix. You're still new. That's just like general game awareness. Fourth moonwalk is the charm. Hey, yeah, you're right. It did work there. Yeah, at this point, you can't really salvage this. I would just sit next to Fawn Ming and... Okay, never mind. I would just sit next to her and confirm a kill. Yeah, I mean, I run save on Freddy, but I do it for an endgame build. Just because I like the, I like having, like, 8 stacks when endgame starts. That's a good... Gearhead does work well on Freddy. That is a good point. How many matches have been done? Just one. This is our first match review. Give us. It's good to see you, friend. That's pretty Monday stream, Nemo. Yeah, this is our first one. It is our first match. We haven't gotten too deep into these. Yeah, at this point the exit gates are open. You just gotta push people out. Right, yeah. I can look at their builds. There's proven brand new parts, but, like, honestly, that's not why you lost this match. So in terms of your main takeaways, the first thing that I will tell you, the first two are like the biggest ones and probably the main ones you should focus on. The first one is you need to be more adaptive with your mind games. You did the same mind game on Fong Mean at the same spot on Shaq 3 times. 3 times, and she didn't fall for it any time, and you kept trying it. You need to be more adaptive with your mind games. It's okay to try a mind game, like a silly mind game here or there, to try and, like, gain distance, see if they fall for it. But when they show, hey, I'm not falling for that, you need to pick up the message and go, okay, they're not falling for that, and not attempt it over and over and over again. You're just wasting time, and you're just giving them free distance and free loops that they shouldn't have, because you're just so certain that, oh, well, maybe the second time will work. Oh, no, maybe the third time will work. Stop it. Pick up what they're putting down. Listen to the message they're sending. Sometimes it is just better to just hold W at the person and get the pallet down. Get Shaq pallet down and call it a day, right? Sometimes it's better to just get the resource than the hit, and that's fine. So if somebody isn't falling for a mind game, stop doing the mind game. Second thing, that's what I was talking about through, like, the middle of the match there, is you were trying to play, like, 2 different play styles at the same time, and they were in contradiction with each other. You wanted to split pressure because you have Sloppy Butcher, but you also wanted to get the downs for pain res. So you kind of like spent like the first 3 gens of this match just kind of like hitting people and leaving them, even though you had pain res. And then during the end of the match, you were just only going for downs and not split pressuring at all. So it's kind of like you were just kind of like stuck between 2 different playstyles that don't really play nice with each other. Realistically, you should have just, if I was running this build, I would just committed to the downs and let Sloppy kind of play out in the background ambiently. But if you want to commit to like a playstyle all about getting the downs, you should be running this with like Jolt or like with Pop. You shouldn't be running pain res with like Sloppy if you plan to like get the mostest out of the value, right? So yeah, that would be something that I would recommend you switch up, because you were kind of like stuck between a rock and a hard place there. In terms of the rest of the match, like once you started actually getting the downs and actually getting your pain reses, the match really slowed down a fair bit, which was really nice for you, like really nice for you. But like you didn't actually play too terribly once you started going for the downs, but your playstyle was so incoherent up until that point that like you kind of just like you were stuck between doing too much and ended up doing nothing. So yeah, honestly, I'm not even gonna give you a third one. Those two big factors, those 2 big takeaways are probably the main reason this match went poorly. So I just want you to focus on that for now as your homework. So yeah, hopefully that helped.